Hello everyone, today's story takes place in the end room of a hotel hallway, the last room at the very end. Mr. K was a businessman who traveled frequently for work, so staying at hotels was routine. One day on a business trip as usual, after finishing up, Mr. K returned to the hotel alone. After showering and lying in bed, he felt drowsy and quickly fell asleep. In a half-dreaming state, he suddenly felt the room's wardrobe door open. A woman emerged unsteadily from the cabinet, taking one step at a time toward him. Finally standing by his bedside, she lowered her head and slowly leaned in close. Next, Mr. K felt an itchy sensation on his face, as if something was scratching him. He awoke with a jolt and looked wildly around the bed, but there was nothing there. Thinking it was just a nightmare, the itchy feeling still lingered on his face. So he got up to wash his face at the sink. After experiencing a dream within a dream, Mr. K was wide awake. But then something strange happened. In the bathroom mirror, he noticed several scratch marks on his face, and the wardrobe door was also mysteriously open. Just then, a clear human face appeared in the mirror, a woman's face. Mr. K whipped around in fright, but no one was behind him. He immediately glanced back at the mirror, but the face was gone. Terrified, he rushed out of the bathroom. At this moment the wardrobe door slowly creaked open from the inside, and a ghastly pale leg stretched out. Mr. K was scared witless, desperate to escape this room. He bolted outside and went straight to the front desk to tell the staff everything that had just happened in his room. The staff promptly called the police. When officers arrived, they searched Mr. K's room, focusing on the wardrobe. There, a policeman discovered something. In the corner were objects resembling human fingernails, still with what seemed to be wet blood. Based on years of experience, the officer felt a crime must have occurred. They first sent the nails for DNA testing, then moved the wardrobe. What was revealed behind it shocked everyone. A square section of the wall lacked paint. The lead officer decided to chisel it open. Halfway through, a hand-like thing became visible. Seeing this, they quickened their chiseling until the contents were removed, a curled-up female corpse enclosed in cement, an exceptionally horrifying scene. Soon, DNA results showed the blood on the nails belonged to Mr. K, explaining the scratches on his face. Mr. K was promptly detained as a suspect, unable to think clearly anymore. First he had encountered something bizarre, now he was a murder suspect just for a simple business trip. How could things go so wrong? Mr. K desperately pleaded innocence to no avail. He was still taken to the station for questioning. The police first checked Mr. K's hotel check-in time, then his GPS records, confirming he had only arrived in the city and checked into the hotel that day. For one person to kill someone, chisel open a wall, then seal the body inside with cement would be impossible in such a short time. Moreover, no murder weapons were found at the scene. Hotel surveillance showed Mr. K had not left after checking in, ruling out the possibility that he had disposed of tools elsewhere. Even if he was the killer, how did he muffle the chiseling sounds to avoid disturbing other guests? Just as the case hit a dead end, something even stranger happened. While questioning Mr. K, police were also comparing the nails' DNA with the female corpse, conclusively matching them. Additionally, forensics provided an approximate time of death, at least 9 months ago. The police were baffled. The victim's nails clearly contained Mr. K's fresh blood, suggesting it was recently deposited. But the victim died 9 months prior, so it was impossible for her to have just scratched him. Could Mr. K have found the nails in the wardrobe and scraped his own face with them? That made no sense. Meanwhile, police had identified the victim and showed her photo to the front desk staff, who said they were all newly hired and had never seen her. Police then spoke with the hotel owner to confirm. He said he had no idea what occurred 9 months ago, as he had purchased the property at a discount from the previous owner just 4 months prior. At the time, the previous owner had said the hotel was closed for some time due to poor business. He saw potential in the location and originally planned to demolish the hotel for another business but lacked funds. So he reopened it for now. Police immediately zeroed in on the former owner, locating and apprehending him swiftly. Under interrogation, he finally confessed. A woman had booked a room in advance, but upon arriving was given an end room with poor lighting, clearly not what she had booked. Furious, she demanded an explanation. Staff claimed all other rooms were occupied and only that one was left. She angrily confronted the owner, and they argued severely. Still, he convinced her to tolerate the room with a fee waiver as compensation for the mistake, apologizing for the oversight. But she didn't accept, saying she would complain about the hotel tomorrow. In a rage, the owner killed her that night, stashing the body in the bathroom at first. The next day, he ceased operations, informing staff of broken finances and termination. Everyone resigned as guests departed. He began disposing of the corpse alone, sealing it within the wall. In the end, the case was solved, but questions lingered for Mr. K. Whose face did he see in the mirror? What was that bizarre leg from the wardrobe, and how were the scratch marks left on his face? Those riddles remained unanswered. The story concludes here. What are your thoughts on Mr. K's bizarre experience? Please comment below. Also, I hope everyone can control your temper in life to avoid irreparable mistakes. See you next story.